This video will show you how to set the defaults on your Minos Virtual Desktop. To begin with, there's a couple ways to load the Minos Virtual Desktop. On your main computer, we ask that you download the Citrix receiver, and this will allow you to load the full version of the Minos Desktop. If you've skipped that step or you're on a computer that you can't download things, you may have ended up with the version of the desktop that looks like what I have up. This is actually just right in my browser. It didn't pop up in a separate window, and it doesn't have the toolbar up at the top of the page that we're going to be using. This is great. For example, if you're at the library and can't download things on your computer, you can still get to your files and everything on the desktop, but you can't do quite as much. So for this step, we ask that you download the Citrix receiver and run the full version of it. If that's happened to you, you can come down and log off the desktop, which I'm going to do. I'm going to go back over to Blackboard, and then I'm going to come up and follow the steps for downloading the Citrix receiver. So I'm going to click on the link. I'm going to come down to receiver.citrix.com and then follow those download steps. Once you've done that, you'd never have to do that again on that computer. So I need to go to just desktop.minos.org because I've actually already downloaded the Citrix receiver. I'm going to log on, and it's probably going to take a minute to log me on. It's going to sit and think for a bit, and then when it's ready, it will pop up with a new window. So here I have a full new window. Again, it may take a few minutes to connect. While it's doing that, you can see that I can move this window around. There's no web address up at the top, and that's what I need to work with. Okay, so while it loads the desktop, I still don't have my icons popped up. That's still loading, but I can go ahead and play around with the toolbar. So on the toolbar, I can minimize it. I can drag it around so that way I can keep it out of my way while I'm working on other stuff. But I'm going to want to click on the arrow to bring it down so we can see the full toolbar. I can make the Minos Desktop full screen, so that means I don't see it sitting in the window, and that's all that I see. If I want to go back to just having it in the window so I can do things on my local computer as well, then I could click on Window. I could also click on Home to go back to my local computer if I'd rather do that. For right now, though, I'll just leave the desktop as my full screen. So we're going to click on Preferences, and we're going to adjust a few things in here. So for file access, there may be times that we want to transfer a file from our local computer to the desktop or the other way around. So we want to allow the Minos Virtual Desktop to read and write. So if that's not selected, go ahead and select it now. I'm going to come over to Connections, and because we may be doing things on the Minos Desktop that uses like our microphone or our webcam, we want to make sure Connect Automatically is selected. And then the last thing for Flash, so this would be playing videos or some websites that use Flash. We want to select Optimize Content so everything runs to the best possible. And again, if that's not selected, go ahead and select that. When you've made those changes for the settings, all you have to do is click OK. And that's all you need to do now to set up the defaults for your Minos Virtual Desktop. If you want to go back to your main computer, remember you can come up and either click Home or click Window. And it might not be a bad idea at this point to go ahead and load Firefox and log in to Blackboard from the Minos Virtual Desktop. So if you have any questions or something doesn't seem to be working right, please contact tech support. We are here to help.